Hi guys, so I am about to do Project Life week 3 and it is currently Monday of week 4, so I'm not doing too badly for keeping caught up. And my approach to Project Life this year has been that my plan is to be about 1 week behind. In other years when I tried to do the weekly documenting almost every single day, I found it a little stressful to be trying to document the week in the week that it happened, because there's always something to document and you don't really know which things are going to be important and which things are going to kind of like rise to the surface of, you know, the highlights of the week until you have the whole week to reflect on it. And so I always felt, the last time I did this project, I felt a lot of pressure to just document every single thing every single day, and I'd get stressed out about, you know, it's Wednesday and this thing happened on Monday and I haven't written it down yet. And so this year, what I do is I wait until the week is completely over. My goal is to not ever document the week that is current, so I always want to be documenting at least last week or later. So my goal is to not be caught up, which is a strange goal, I know, but that's just the way that it works for me. I feel more relaxed when I know that I can just sit back and enjoy this moment and not worry about documenting it until next week. And then maybe some awesome, great things will happen between now and then that this won't even be something that I want to capture anymore, or that kind of sticks with me. Or maybe it will be. It's hard to say. Maybe like the noodles that Scott made yesterday will be kind of like the highlight of the week. I won't know until the week is over. So, so if you've watched my last 2 videos, you probably already know this, but what I'm doing is I'm keeping a record, just kind of like a running tally of things that happened through the week, and I'm keeping it in this journal, which I got from Chapters. So it says, sometimes plan, but sometimes wing it, and my approach to Project Life this year is a little bit of both. So I'm going to keep track, but I'm also just going to wing it some of the time too. So this was the first week, this was the second week, which I've already documented, so I can put a cross through this and a cross through that. I should grab a better pen for doing that. There we go. There we go. And now this is the week that I'm working with. And so these were my rough jot notes of things as it happened. I wrote down some thoughts that I want to put about a certain picture. And then I just kind of made a list of things like music. We're listening to 21 Pilots, Stressed Out, and Danielle in Denmark. And so and that's actually probably not going to make it this week, because this was an eventful week with a birthday party and another big event. So I might just move this to week 4 there. But then what I've done, and I was just kind of playing around with a way to do some journaling on this piece of ephemera that I got from last week. And I'm not usually, well, I got it last week, so my plan is to not carry forward any ephemera at all. This is my only ephemera that I got for last week, and so I am going to be either getting this in my page today or throwing it in the garbage today, one or the other. So then what I did was I just turned the page and I wrote down each day, like what I want to document for each day. So I have, and then I put a little letter P beside anything that I had a picture of. It happens that I have pictures of everything. And then as I printed up the pictures, I circled it. So now I know that I have a picture that is printed for each of the memories that I want to capture this week. So these are just kind of a quick rundown of all the memories that I want to capture this week. I also have this that I want to kind of, that refers to this one, and so when I go to document this, I'll just flip the page and look at what I had written out there, and that's about it. So this is week 3. I'll just write this down right here. Week 3. And I'm not very neat about it, as you can tell. I don't plan to keep this book because this book should be irrelevant by the end of the year, because all of these things will be documented in my Project Life, so I don't need to keep this. That's that. And then the others, this is the ephemera, and then these are all of the photos that go with this week's memories. And I got a little impatient waiting for my photos to show up in the photo stream I know they don't call it the photo stream anymore, but whatever that thing is that used to be called the photo stream, where all your photos that you took everywhere just show up in all of the places. They're on my phone, but they're not on my computer yet. So because I print from my computer, I was just like, screw it. So the pictures that weren't showing up on my computer, I just printed them up on Instax, which is a great way for those impatient people, because you can print from your phone with the Instax. I know that you can print from your phone, but I just can't be bothered with learning how to do it. So I am printing these from my phone. So these are some Instax. I printed those up with my Instax printer that I got for Christmas, not this past year, but the year before, and I love it. And now that I'm doing Project Life, I'm sure that this will be getting a really regular workout. And so I'm super pleased to have this. And I'll link the video. I do have a video where I show how this works and talk about it a little bit. And so I will link that in the information section for this one. So now, the other thing that I have here is my Erin Condren Life Planner, which is where I plan. I don't do a whole lot of decorating in my planner. It's very utilitarian, as you can see. But I just want to kind of, when I'm going through this, I just refer to this just to make sure that there's nothing that I forgot to put in this. So this week 3 in Project Life, basically boils down to this page and these photos and this one piece of ephemera. And my plan is to get this stuff all in a page by the end of this morning, more than the end of this morning, by an hour from now. So let's set the timer and get going. Okay, so I'm going to start by fixing my camera angle here. I noticed in my last couple of process videos that the bottom part of my work surface was not being captured, so I just moved my camera around a little bit. And I'm actually trimming up these photos before I start the timer. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys to let you know whether I made it in the hour or not. You'll have to watch till the end to find out. But I'm trying really hard to make it within the hour, and maybe this is cheating by trimming up these photos in advance. Let me know what you think. Is this cheating or not? I guess it's included in my overall scrapping time spent, so maybe it is. But there I go. I just set the timer right now. I grabbed my cardstock. It's basically a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock that I use as a template for it's actually a template of a Design A Becky Higgins page protector, but I'm going to be scrapbooking into a Design F today, which is basically, it's pretty much the same as Design A, but some of those 4x6s are replaced by 3x4s. And so I just keep that in mind as I'm scrapping. And this card is really simple. It's just a card from the Jade collection that I stapled a photo that I printed up from my Facebook. That was a birthday greeting that Shell BB sent to my daughter Sophie on her birthday. And I'm using it as a filler card on this design so that I like to have one filler card or one kind of mostly decorative card that is just there to give your eye a place to rest on the layout. I'm placing this label sticker on this movie photo so that it overlaps some of the white space on that image, just so that it's not competing too much because the label itself is white. And I'm just documenting how much I enjoyed that movie. We watched it and we weren't really expecting it to be that great, and it was actually very, very great. We loved it. This is a photo of my nails, and and all of my photos are printed at 2x2, except the Happy Birthday Sophie one, which is, I can't remember what I printed that one at. The movie poster I printed at 3x4. That's so that it'll fill up a standard card pocket. And all of my other photos are 2x2 except for one, and I'll tell you that one when I get to it. 2x2 is an easy size for me to print because a lot of my photos are Instagram photos and they fit so nicely on a card and still allow for some room for embellishing and journaling and a title and so on. So I grabbed one of those, that yellow label that you see that's at the bottom of that photo and underneath of it a little bit I think it's from my mind's eye, and it's one of the many, I'm at 8 minutes now, It's one of the many labels that I'm trying to use in this stack of labels that I have that I don't know if they still sell them, but a while back a lot of manufacturers used to, and My Mind's Eye in particular, used to make these label stickers for each collection. So I did some journaling on my nails, or not on my nails, but on the label by the photo of my nails, outlining just to give the photo a bit more emphasis because it was blending in with it was a similar color photo background as well as the background of the card. And I added a couple of labels there. And now this picture of my boots, I'm going to scrapbook on this little card from the Jade Collection. There's that stack of labels that I'm trying to use up. And so I'm going to pick another one for this photo. It says adventure on it. I thought that was a good one. Great adventure. I thought that was a great one to use with boots because boots kind of represent, you know, going on an adventure, walking around, traveling, that sort of thing. And I wanted to layer a couple of label stickers here, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out which ones. So I went with this Studio Calico label that came in that little booklet. And I thought about layering a second label underneath of it just for a little bit of interest, but I decided against it. I wanted a clean, crisp look on this instead of an overly embellished and layered look. So I'm going to do my journaling on the little bit of the label that sticks out. I placed it asymmetrically just for some interest. And I just said these boots were made for walk-in. And I'm going to, right beside it, because I had more extensive journaling to do than what I had room for, this is a little case that I keep my arrows in. And so these are Heidi Swap acrylic arrows. I think they're acrylic. But I'm going to go with this chipboard arrow, which is by October Afternoon, that I have in my little set of arrows that I showed you real quick there. 16 minutes we're at right now. And I stapled that in place with my tiny attacher. And I'm going to add this little sticker. So you saw me going through that little, I have like, they look like they were on a roll, but they're not on a roll anymore for me. They are a craft sticker, like a label sticker, I guess. And you'll see me use them in several different places on this spread. And I think they were given to me by Stephanie Hart, and I'm pretty sure they're from a Studio Calico kit, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. So I'm doing some journaling here, and just for a little bit of extra interest, I'm going to replace some of my words with these letter stickers from Gossamer Blue. These are stickers from my stash. I bought these. They didn't come in a kit. The majority of my stash did come in kits, but not these. Every once in a while I buy something outside of my kits, and this was one of them. So I'm just going to replace, I believe, 3 different words in this set of journaling. And I just kind of keep journaling and then I stop at a significant word. So more was one of the words that I wanted to replace. And then the word really, just for emphasis. And they're very tiny, so it's hard to stick them in place. So I am using my tiny attacher just so that I don't have to fuss with glue. A glue would have been fine, but I like the added interest that the tiny little staples give, and they keep them in place so that they won't shift around inside the pocket. And then I'm also going to put the word absolutely with the bolder letter stickers. So those are they're kind of like a grayish color on a navy blue background, and that picks up on the navy blue from the arrow up above and provides some balance. There we go. And again, to keep those in place, I'm just going to take my tiny attacher, and I'm kind of placing the staples so that it's hitting one staple or the other staple is hitting all of the letters except for the Y, and I checked the Y. It looks like it's going to stay in place, so I just left it. I like the look of the 3 staples. So I'm just having a look and assessing what photos I still have left, and I'm crossing off all of the areas in my book that I've already documented and captured. So now I have this photo of Sophia on the bus. Her friend took this photo of her, and I'm going to put it on the blue side of this, the lined side. I'm just looking for a clip because it's an Instax photo. I think it looks great with a clip. Even though the clip is not going to hold it in place, it just is there more for decorative purposes. But I'm going to use my Studio Calico roller date stamp, which of all my roller date stamps, if I had to choose only one to keep, it would definitely, hands down, be my Studio Calico roller date stamp that has the wood grain handle. Not only does it look absolutely beautiful, but the phrases on that roller date stamp are way more relevant and useful, and they're kind of like, they're generic enough that they're extremely useful. I love that roller date stamp. If you were to only get one, if you have a very small scrap space or a small budget, get the Studio Calico one if you can find it, the wood grain roller date stamp, because it is awesome. So there I go, just crossing that one off of my card again, off of my notebook. Now, this is the one photo that is not printed at 2x3, or sorry, at 2x2. It is printed at 2x3, which is the other standard size that I use for a horizontal photo. So any square photos I print at 2x2, and then any horizontal photos, if it's a vertical, I will print it at 3x4 and have it fill a whole pocket. And if it's horizontal, I'll print it at 2x3 and have it go across a 3x4 card here. Now, these stickers are Cal Berteschi. They're from Amy Tangerine, and I have them in white and in black. I have several packages of them in black because it's one of my favorite fonts. Well, several meaning 3. You know, I don't have like 10 or anything. Although maybe I would have if I could have found them. I did try to buy any that I could find at one point because I was a little panicky as I started to run out of letters on one of my sheets. Anyhow, I picked this card from the Jade kit. I keep calling it the Jude kit because my nephew's name is Jude. Anyhow, I picked this card from the Jade kit because it's the green with the blue, with the little white dots on it, and the white dots look a little bit like snowflakes. I'm doing some journaling right on the white part of the photo. I love that, especially on Project Life. I don't do it so much on my 12x12 layouts, but especially on the Project Life, I really enjoy writing right on the photo. Either on a label on the photo or right on the photo if there's a white spot. So now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to scrapbook this photo of my daughters, all of them, including the international students who live with us, at the event that we went to yesterday. This was a NSISP, which is the International Student Exchange Organization that we work with. They had an appreciation, kind of like a reception, where the students all served sweets and coffee and drinks and stuff to us as a thank you, and we got to see a slideshow of all the students, because some of the students are leaving this month after exams. One of our students is leaving and the other one is staying with us for the rest of the year. So it was sort of a goodbye and an opportunity for them to thank us and for us to thank them for being awesome, because they are. Anyhow, I'm using Jelly Bean Soup letter stickers, and I chose these ones because they're nice and bold, and they will provide some high contrast between them and the label stickers below, which are layered, and so they could be distracting. So, here we are. We're at 45 minutes. That is a little frightening because I still have lots left to scrapbook. So I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit, and grabbed my typewriter, which is not always conducive with speeding up, but I really wanted to type on this layout, so that's going to come first. I do have the whole day, so it's not like the end of the world if I didn't make it within the hour, but I certainly was aiming for that. So here's my little vellum strip, and I'm using my little tiny square punch to punch fishtail ends on it to make it into a banner. It's a little wonky for a banner. It's wider at one end than the other, but I don't really care too much about it. I had to shorten it a little bit. That's what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm zoomed in too far for it to show, but I just fixed it up to make it shorter so it would fit. And I'm going to try to place these letters, and I just stapled it in place. Going to try to place these letters so that you can still read appreciation, because that was the whole reason I pulled out my typewriter to put it on there. And yeah, so typing on vellum and then putting it on a label is a much easier and quicker way to personalize a label than it is to figure out how to get your typing onto a label. So the other thing you could do is you could put your label on a piece of paper and run it through your typewriter, or if it's still on the sheet, maybe you could run that through your typewriter. But this is a really easy way to do it too. And then if you make a mistake, you can just fix it and not put that part on the label. So here I'm just using my Stampin' Up! Punch to punch a little heart shape out of that roll of stickers that I'm trying to use. I grabbed my enamel dots just to put a little enamel dot on 2 places on this one. Those puffy stickers that I'm using, they're little circles. I've used them in a couple of different places on this layout, just showing you my punch. It's called Heart to Heart. They are from Freckled Fawn, and I will talk about them in the information, like in the section at the end of this. I'm going to talk a little bit, so you'll see more about them later. I'm at 52 minutes, and I still have 4 photos to scrap. So I don't want to rush through to the point that they don't look good. So I'm, trying to be fast, but also trying to do a good job. I wound up with this green card from the Jade kit. Jude kit. And because this one is about a birthday, I want to make it a little festive. So I picked this red and white polka dotted 4x6 card, and I want to make it into a banner that's going to span the whole width, even though it isn't the whole width. So I'm going to do a little trick here, a little cheater method. First, I'm going to outline this card in the bold end of my Zig writer, which is a 2-ended pen. One end is, I think, 1.2 and the other is 0.05. And my 0.05 end is dried out. I don't know exactly how that happens, that one end of a double-ended marker could be dried out and the other end is not, but that's the way it happened with this marker. So see what I'm doing here? I'm just cheating, making that strip longer than what it really is. And now I'm going to run a strip of tape all the way across it and layer it right onto this one. And I was going to cut off the little edges, but then I remembered that these journaling stickers, or these journaling cards that come in the Becky Higgins kits, are a little bit not as wide as the title cards that come. So it's not quite 4x6. And so I think that it's going to fit in the pocket, and I was right. I'm not always right, but I was right there. So again, I'm layering some of the same stickers. So those craft, there we go. Boo, I'm out of time. So I put one of those craft stickers on there, and then a Freckled Fawn puffy sticker and an enamel dot. And I'm just going to do my journaling by hand at the bottom, partially because I ran out of time. I thought about maybe layering some labels here, and I just thought that it might be a little bit too much. And also, I had run out of time, and I'm just wanting to wrap up at this point. So I do have 2 more photos to scrapbook here to capture in my project life, but I also have another picture, a third picture that I actually forgot to print up, and it is an important one because it's of my daughter Sophie on her birthday last night, which wasn't her actual birthday, but yesterday was the day that we celebrated, and she had her birthday party, and so she requested to go to Montana's, and that's a bit of a tradition for our family. The tradition is to go to the restaurant of the birthday person's choice. But also typically the kids choose Montana's because they like to wear those antlers. I don't know why, but they do. I know why. It's because it's fun and funny and they get a kick out of it. So, and also we enjoy Montana's food. So I am just trying to print that photo from my phone because it exasperatingly did not show up on my computer yet, even though I've been now scrapbooking for over an hour. It's still not there. So I printed it up, and of course it printed it in a rectangle, and I wanted it in a square. So I just put it in my Dropbox and then dragged it from my Dropbox into my Photos app or application on my computer, and it showed up and I printed it just fine. So I guess that's just what I need to do when the photos don't show up. So I'm going to put that photo right here, and now I need to trim it, which is putting me even further behind. And now it's sort of, I don't know, I don't like it on that card. It's too, I don't know. it's too bland, and so I'm changing it to the yellow card, which is even more bland than the red and white polka dot. But I'm going to put this border on it. I'm matting it on a really dark teal cardstock, or I guess it's a blue, like an indigo blue, like it's like Island Indigo from Stampin' Up. That's the color blue that it is. And it's Becky Higgins cards that are designed to coordinate with the Jade kit. I'm just looking for some stickers, some birthday stickers. And my daughter just made a bunch of birthday cards. And so most of my birthday stickers are gone now. So I found this special day one from a sheet and this one from a summer sticker that says, I forget what it says, but it's a balloon. It's from Simple Stories. And now I'm just going to add one of those craft stickers up in the top and grabbing some enamel dots. I'm going to put a little cluster of 3, and I just grabbed these 3 random ones, and then I realized, wait a minute, that looks way too random. I should grab 3 that are appropriate colors that coordinate with some other things on this page. So I replaced the neon green with a navy blue, and I replaced the orange one with a red. And so I've got red, pink, and blue. And those colors all show up in other places on this spread. So that looks a little bit better. Then poor Lila gets the quickest card ever. It just says good times. It's a card from the kit. And I just stapled it in place. I grabbed my Instagram to see what I had written. And the quote was way too long to fit in that space. So I just decided to shorten it. And there we go. Hi guys, so I just finished up my Project Life spread, and this is my time. Wah, wah, wah. Aww. I was trying so hard to make it in 1 hour to do this single page. It's actually a half a page. My 1 week spread. I wanted to get it done in an hour. Maybe next time. I'm going to try to get it done in an hour next time. But I really do like the spread, and I was close. I got everything except for these 2 cards done within an hour. Anyhow, I will show you guys the spread. I'll show you each card one by one, but the other thing that I just wanted to point out is that I'm using Project Life as an opportunity to use up some old sticker sheets. So I have used a bunch of labels from this set of October Afternoon label stickers. I used labels from this set of Studio Calico label stickers, and I also used some from this big huge stack of label stickers that I have that I'm just trying to kind of work through. So those are where my label stickers came from. I also worked on getting lots of these little puffy stickers from the Oh Dear Me kit, which is an embellishment kit from Freckled Fawn that I just get every once in a while. It's not, I don't subscribe to that kit, but I do really love their cute little one-of-a-kind embellishments. They're just really sweet. So every once in a while I buy an Oh Dear Me kit, and this is one of the items from one of those. So I was trying to get that used up, and I got lots of them on this layout. And then the third thing that I was trying to use was these craft little label stickers, and I don't know exactly where these came from, and a lot of the times when I have something in my room that I don't know where it came from, it either came from a rack or it came from Stephanie Hart, who comes in scrapbooks, and sometimes she leaves me cool things. And I suspect this might be from a Studio Calico kit, and it might be something that Stephanie left behind. If it was, thank you, Steph, because I got to use it today. And what I love these stickers, and what I love about them is that I spread them all throughout this layout. There's one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And because they're all craft, they just give this page a lot of cohesiveness that it would have lacked otherwise. And then I use those puffy stickers from Freckled Fawn here, 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 and there. And then I threw in a couple of enamel dots every here and there. Again, I mentioned those label stickers that I was using. These are Calberteschi thickers in 2 different colors, in black and white. And then these are, I believe these are Jelly Bean. Yeah, these are Jelly Bean soup letter stickers right here. And what other letter stickers did I use? Oh yes, these are Gramercy Road, or Gramercy. I think it's Gramercy. Sorry, I don't know. I never know how to pronounce that word. I love it though. That's a pretty word. By Gossamer Blue. I have those letter stickers in a dark color and in a light color. I think it looks like they might have come together. Yeah, I think they came together in the same set. Anyhow, and I used an arrow from my stash and another little sticker from my stash, and that's about all that I can think of. So I'll just show you each card individually. So this one I did some bold outlining just to kind of make this pop a little bit, this banner that I made. And I made this banner with a 3x4 card, even though it looks like it is longer than 4 inches, because this is a 4x6 card. I cheated a little bit, and you would have seen that in the video. So there's a close-up of that. And then this card, I did some matting with one of those pieces of cardstock that coordinates with the Jude kit. So all of these cards are from the Jude kit, and added one of those stickers and some enamel and a sticker and a sticker. Then this one was my last card, so I really just kind of threw it together. I didn't add very much to it. A little piece of washi tape might look nice. It's a little plain. There's like absolutely no color on it. So I might add some washi tape or something to that one. Then, whoops, then I've got this Instax of my daughter from Spain, and she is my international student, and she's on the bus, and I really like this picture of the bus more than anything, and I thought it was a nice capture of her, you know, embracing Canadian culture and hopping on the bus and getting around, and used my Studio Calico roller date stamp to say Instagrammed, because I got that off of her Instagram. And so I'll just show you that, holding it still so that you can see it. And I just added, this is a Studio Calico little paper clip with a little fabric flag, but it's a stiff fabric flag. I loved how washed out this photo of my nails is. I still have that nail polish on. And I like to snap a shot of my nails so that I can remember what colors and brands I used, so that if I ever want to do it again, or kind of do it again with a bit of a twist, like sometimes as I'm doing them, I think something like, oh, this will look cool in pink, but I'd like this to use the same silver or whatever. I just write down what I used on my nails so that I can recreate it if I want to. This is another one of those label stickers from that stack that I'm trying to use. That's a Studio Calico label sticker, and this was already on the card. Then this is a happy birthday post that Shell put on my, that's Shell BB, put on my Facebook for Sophie, and so I thought that that was a nice little way to remember her birthday and to just kind of make one card. It's like a filler card that draws your attention to the fact that Sophie's birthday was this week. Then we watched this movie, and it was like very riveting. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. It really kept us, it was a long movie. It might have been 3 hours. It says this movie kept us on the edge of our seats for over 2 hours. But I think we pressed pause at about the halfway point, and it was an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes in. So it's probably closer to 3. It's a long movie, but it's really, really good. We thought it was like almost over, and then it ended up there was a lot more to the story. So that was good. And we love Tom Hanks very much. He's one of our favorite actors. And then this is, I did lots of layering on this one. Again, just kind of trying to get stuff into my book, use up supplies and that sort of thing. These are Jelly Bean Soup letter stickers. I chose these because they were a nice, bold, dark color that would stand up to, in terms of readability, to some of the other things that are going on here with all these layers of labels and stuff. I typed up on vellum the word appreciation, because this was NSISP appreciation, added this and this and this just to kind of layer it up a little bit. I just thought it looked awkward. That's why I slipped this smile under there. It just looked awkward without it there. And then I punched using my heart, Stampin' Up! Heart punch. I punched just out of one of the label stickers. It says hug, laugh, and part of the word smile. I thought that was kind of cute. This one says Snow Day. I put it on a green card with polka dots that look like snow, and used Calberteschi. And then the contrast between the white and the black. I thought about doing Snow Day all in white, but I was afraid that the readability of the word day would be lost. It wouldn't really matter, but anyhow, I just decided to go with the contrast of the two different fonts. It would have looked great with Snow Day all in white as well. Or even all in black would be fine. Then this is a card about how much I love my boots. Kind of a silly little card, but I wanted to put it in. Used one of those labels from my mind's eye that's in that big stack of labels I'm trying to work my way through. That's the Freckled Fawn sticky puffy sticker, and then another one of those craft things. This is an October afternoon chipboard arrow that was in my little stash of arrows. Put another Freckled Fawn sticker there, and then I did my journaling and I just replaced 3 of the words with little letter stickers from this Gossamer Blue letter set. So all of the cards are from the Jade kit from Becky Higgins, and I hope that you've enjoyed this process. Have a great week and keep scrapping. Wait a minute, that's not my ending. Have a great scrappy week.